opportunities to sit on the board of X business or doing different things. And for me, the technology, once I realized that we can do turn by turn without GPS, knowing that we can do it for conferences, for hospitals, for theme parks, for hotels, you name it, we can do it. Concerts, the list goes on and on. That something was mind-blowing, mind-smacking for me in a way that I never saw anything before that could do anything like this. And there's still nothing on the market that's even close to the robustness and technology that we've got for this application. And really the cool thing is educating people about it. I wish it was easier to educate people about. Like, this isn't just a simple mall mapping application. This is really something incredible in a way. It's something that, there are a lot of these check-in apps and you can do this and that, but this is the only app in the world that you can actually get turn-by-turn navigation, again, with no GPS.
So, what was that where you spent the brunt of the development effort?
Well, yes and no. Part of it was that I didn't know anything about malls. I didn't know anything about mall data. I didn't know anything about anything to do with malls at all, or iPhone apps, really. I mean, this was all new to us.
Yep.
In a way. I mean, we were trying to not only create an iPhone app, but create something that was, never before done or seen. Gathering data. That we have something like, I think there's 17 or 1,800. I think there's about 1,800 now malls in our database, and that's 100,000.
Get that there?
We just manually did it over all this time.
So you visited malls, or did you just solicited the information?
The only mall that I visited was the King of Prussia Mall, where I really was doing a hardcore test, which was me trying to test it with GPS. I've tested it at a lot of malls now, but initially my tests were, we weren't getting data by going to a mall. That was of no value to me. I don't want to go to the mall to get all this data because that would take too long. That would take a lot longer unless I hired a lot of people to do it for me. Yeah. Which was interesting, but I didn't want to do. I wanted to keep this sort of a secret in a way because there was nothing out like it, and the programming behind FastMall is amazing brilliance. I mean, the people that are working on it are incredible. It's not me. I can only come up with ideas with my wife and things, and then Marcelo's ideas, with how to integrate and do some interactive things. We have very similar minds, the three of us, and even Marcelo's wife Anna, who is incredible too. So, along with our four brains, and then the amazing developers, one guy's name is Patricio, one guy's name is Christian, one guy's name is Gabriel, and the list goes on. I've got 44 people that work full-time for me, and a lot of them are working full-time on FastMall these days. And, I've got a multi-million-dollar business with Mindsmack.com, and then Mindsmack TV is getting there too. That's based in Times Square in Manhattan. And I own that with my brothers Mike and Todd, and they actually run the day-to-day for the TV side of the business. So, there's a lot of things going on. But to me, FastMall is just such an incredible thing, and it still is, that I'm so amazingly proactively excited about it. All these countries, everyone wants to be a part of it in some way. Every mall ownership I've been in contact with or has contacted me. The next step really is going to be to get the deals from the stores. And part of that is going to be by partnerships with malls and the mall conglomerates, like a Simon and like a GGP and these other malls that are, Cadillac Fairview is one in Canada that I've spoken with. And, we're in talks with all of these, huge conglomerates that are learning about what this application really is. And some people have said, hey, but what about this app? I said, well, we'll try both and let me know what you think, and really experience both of these apps or experience these 5 apps, and tell me how different FastMall really is. And once they see what it's like, it's not even close on any level. I mean, from a design standpoint, from a functionality standpoint, again, their app just is ending, and our app is really just beginning.
So tell me, you brought in all this information from all the malls that you had, right? So they had the listing of the stores. You scooped that from the website. Whatever you do. But you keep coming back to it. The secret sauce is the fact that you have like GPS is, if you're looking at my screen, it's, you might get meters of or within a radius of meters of your actual location, and everybody knows there's like a little bit of a wobble in the earth, there's a little bit of a wobble in the satellite, and you're 9 miles away from it.
Sure.
So really the challenge was to pinpoint your location almost to a foot inside a concrete structure and then find a way to get from that store that you're at to the next store, or one booth in a trade show to the next booth in a trade show.
Right, and then while doing that, offer people things like, for example, in our next version, which is FastMall 3.0, which will be out very soon. We're probably going to submit it to Apple in the next week. Again, we're going to WWDC, but we're still going to submit the thing. And we do have a partnership in that I can't tell you about yet, but that is going to be an incredible thing for users, for shoppers, for the world, really. It's going to be a really exciting partnership that we'll announce soon. But, the idea of the check-in, someone checking in and then being offered a deal when they check in, there is a little bit of a trick there, so we do have to monitor it a little bit because, for example, since we're not using GPS, we are doing what's called the certified check-in, or we're calling it that. And basically the idea is that we will judge that you are at a specific location or within a certain range to be there. And then we'll only allow you to do that for X amount of time. So you can't check in and manipulate the system. That's not in the current version. That'll be in the future release. Right now you can check in and you can share it on Facebook or Twitter, as well as the FastMall community, which is, we get tons of check-ins every day. I mean, we're not Foursquare, but, we're doing our best with what we've got.
But, so when you're offering the services, like, that's got to be the killer application here, because I've seen a lot of, even conference applications that have, just JPEGs, the way you described it, of the mall map or of the conference map, but it doesn't give you the ability to, find Cisco's booth from where I'm standing right now. But, but FastMall, the technology that you have behind this, allows you to do that without a GPS inside of a concrete canyon almost.
Exactly, and the cool thing is actually it doesn't even have to be inside. The technology works outdoors as well. It just, what happens is when you first load FastMall, we do use GPS. We find where you're standing. This way, it doesn't need to be on. You can manually do it, but we ask you if you allow your location, so that we can go ahead and find the closest 10 or 20 malls, on the first list that you see.
Right.
That's where we use GPS. The other option that we have using GPS at the moment in FastMall 2.3, which is out now, is for remembering where you park the car. And we have that GPS finder, which I use actually in Manhattan, not even at a mall. You can use that anywhere.
Yeah.
And you can talk to the phone and say, hey, I'm parked over here. And we'll actually calculate that you're wherever you are, drop a pin on it, then you go wherever you need to go. And you can remember it later. You can, to say whatever you want to the app, really have a shopping list or, whatever. And it's exceedingly helpful for people. It's just, really the thing is to educate people as to what this is. And that continues to be our number one goal, is to educate and make sure that people understand what exactly this is, because this is not some small meat and potatoes thing. This is like some really significant technology that we've come up with.
Okay, so you funded this to date through...
Just through myself, yeah. It's my own company that I funded 100% myself, and I've had several angel investors and others that have said, hey, I want to be a part of this, or I'm interested in this. VC all over the place that wants to do this, that. I'm interested to some degree because I'm only one person and I can't handle all of what's really happening here. I know that, from the thousands of emails and phone calls that I've gotten and I continue to get, and the meetings that are lined up, this is not a one-man show. And, the operation overall is going to continue to grow. And I'm constantly hiring new people to take on certain things. So I'm open to certain growth potential. I also just had another baby, a daughter named Juliet, 7 days ago now. I can't believe how fast time is going. So, that's taking time away, and it's not letting me do some of the things that I would normally do, like work, 17 hours a day, like I, maniacally do, or did. So, that's part of the challenge too, is juggling, these three businesses and other ventures that I've got going on, and handling family and all these other wonderful things. So it's an interesting place to be. I definitely am interested in potential. And I'm open to different, hearing different perspectives on why someone would want to be involved with this technology. Yep. I've had friends say, hey, Google would love this, Apple would like this, because Google's mapped the outdoors and, they'd love to get into the indoors. There's all kinds of different things, speculation, who knows what. I just want to do something that helps people. I've gotten, the Muscular Dystrophy Association has written huge articles about this that have gotten, amazing amount of traffic to the app, because we're helping people in a wheelchair get around the mall, and they can actually get, we find elevators only. We actually have a button in the app called elevators only.